Hi everyone, I'm Nidhi, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can help international researchers validate their research in the Indian context and get well paid for it as well. Well, if you've ever wondered, how your understanding of Indian culture could be a valuable skill, or if you're looking for meaningful work that bridges global research with local insights, this is definitely for you. So, I'm going to walk you through the entire process step by step. It's going to be a demonstration that I'm going to do with Claude AI, and you will see how AI is doing most of the technical work for you. So, here is what is happening. American and European researchers, they do their studies. For example, what is it that makes people happy? Or how do families make decisions? Papers are written on this, but this is done only for rich countries. Right now, they're actually wondering how do these findings in these specific papers work in the Indian context too. Problem is they don't have any idea on how to reach out to Indian people. They don't understand the culture. They don't have any contacts here, and they definitely don't know which questions to ask that actually make sense to us. And this is exactly where you can come in. What is it that you're going to do? You're going to become the bridge. Researcher, you connecting them to the Indian people, and that's how you make money out of this. So let me tell you the steps on how you can do this, right? The first step is to find out a research study that you like. You change their questions that actually make sense to Indian people. Then you ask all of these questions to Indian people. You can do this through WhatsApp groups, social media, or wherever. And then you send back all of these answers to the researchers, help them with the Indian scenario, and that's how you can make up to $2,000 to $5,000 for this. The whole thing is going to take you about 3 to 4 weeks, but fetches great money. And you can do this for any simple topic, right? Happiness, family, money habits, health choices. It just could be anything at all. So let me share my screen, show you a real example on how I did it, and you can adopt the same approach, do it. And once you've done it, you can let me know how you like it as well. Perfect. Now, how can we do this? So, this brings me to my first step, and this is a real life example that I'm taking, right? It's a research on what makes people's lives meaningful, and they took views from people from 17 advanced economies. Now, a lot of different answers came in, but if you see, family was the top source of meaning of life for most public surveyed, is what came in. These were mostly Americans and Europeans, right? What about the Indian context? So we want to be able to ask them questions in the Indian context here. So instead of, for an Indian, if I had to ask this question, instead of asking what makes life meaningful, I would rather ask, would you rather earn, let's say, 30 lakh rupees in Bangalore and be away from family, or earn 10 lakh rupees in a tier 2 city, or 15 lakh rupees in a tier 2 city and be close to family? So these questions are more structured, but the researchers outside India do not have context to this, and that's where I can help them. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to upload this research article to Claude, and this is what I want AI to do for me. I say this is a research paper of Pew Research Center. It was done on respondents from 17 advanced countries, and now it has to be tested in India, right? So, two things that need to be done. The key findings of the study need to be out there. I need to understand that, and it has to be contextualized in the form of a hypothesis for testing this in India, right? This is the link of the research paper, and I'm just going to hit go. This will be the first step. So this is one study that I took. You can choose any topic and go ahead with this. You can see Claude is analyzing this for me. Perfect. So now you can see that it is going ahead and doing two jobs for me. It's finding out it's analyzing the key findings of the study for me. So we can see what is the method used, open-ended questions, right? That will definitely not work in the Indian context. Then 17 advanced economies, coding system was used. Core global findings were that family was dominant globally. Then there was occupation and career, material well-being, friends, health. Then demographic culture variations have been given. So younger people tend to emphasize their friends' education and hobbies were the source of meaning of happiness. And what are the aspects for other categories? Gender differences, culture, distinctive features. So, what are people from different religions saying? Very important. So, I've understood what the findings of the study are, but how do I go ahead and test this in India? So, it gives me a hypothesis right here: cultural, rational predictions. Then expected finding that religion and spirituality will rank significantly higher in India than any of the 17 advanced economies studied. Okay. Specific predictions are also given that religion spirituality will be mentioned by 25 to 35%. Concepts of karma, dharma, moksha may appear. Okay. Then traditional values and elder respect hypothesis is given. Secondary research hypothesis is around economic security, work as a duty versus career fulfillment, collective and individual achievements. Perfect. It is going ahead and giving me some kind of questions as well. Perfect. Okay, so now I have two things. I have the key findings and I have hypothesis, both primary and secondary, that I can use in India. So this brings me to my second step, and I say I want you to reverse engineer the survey questions from the research hypothesis. And I'm used to interpreting hypothesis, but I'm not skilled at turning research questions into practical, answerable items. I need help from AI right here. So this is where I need your guidance. Give me at least 5 survey questions to validate each hypothesis. This is important. Now you can see that for every step of the way that I need help, I can use AI to do this work. Had I not done this with AI, let's say just 3 to 4 years back, this job wouldn't have been possible and it could not be a monetizable skill at all, at least in such a short span of time. But here you see, it's literally taking me seconds and I'm able to generate these questions. Let's see. Please rank the following aspects of life from 1 most important for your life's meaning to 8. Okay, so family, extended family, career, financial security, health, all of these have been given. Perfect. So, good question. Then, to what extent do you agree with the following statements? 1 being strongly disagree to 5 being strongly agree. My family's happiness is more important than my individual's happiness. Okay, let's see what it is generated for the religious hypothesis. How does your faith, spirituality, or religious belief contribute to what makes you meaning, what makes your life meaningful? How often do you follow religious practices to contribute to your sense of life's meaning? Okay, so for every single category, I have received 5 questions each. And so it's also going one step ahead and giving me additional demographic and context questions. So demographics, I should target age, gender, location, state, education, occupation, monthly household income, marital status, family type, and some implementation notes are also given. Perfect. For example, they should be translated to major regional languages. This is a good one. Cultural sensitivity, mixed method, sample size, etc. Okay. So for any part of this, if you think that, this language is very academic, it's not connecting to the people that you're going to survey, you can ask AI to even neutralize the language a little bit, make it simpler so that people are able to relate to this and you're able to reach out to them in the most genuine manner. And another thing that you could do is also go ahead and create comprehensive matrix for every single hypothesis as well. These are just 5 sample questions that I showed to you, but you can have like an entire blueprint that you need to go ahead and survey amongst different people. Also, another thing that I want to ensure that there are no red flags in the type of questioning that is done by AI. So I'm just going to do like a quick audit before I can release this survey. I say that I want you to flag any leading or even culturally biased phrasing and suggest neutral alternatives to these questions, if at all there is any scope, so that we have, double checked everything. It's going ahead identifying those. Okay, so survey bias analysis and neutral alternatives have been given. For example, there are multiple biases here. There are some problematic questions in the family dominance hypothesis. To what extent do you agree with the following statement? So it's leading cultural biases there. What is a neutral alternative? So how much do the following contribute to your sense of life's meaning? Okay, this is good. It has flagged out some concerns in all of the questions. So I can go ahead and revise this by using AI itself. Now the human auditing part is also reduced. And once the audit is done by AI, of course, you can proof it yourself. But this makes your checking job also easier. This makes your auditing job also easier. Okay. So some general recommendations are also given here. For example, we can add a prefer not to answer, replace assumptive language. For example, how much does X contribute to does X contribute? If yes, how? Okay. Then inclusive option should be there, cultural sensitivity should be there, test questions. Okay, great. The main issues are into following categories. So there are 5 issues here: assumption bias, cultural specificity, false dichotomies, comparative bias, and leading language. Key improvements have also been suggested. So I recommend pre-testing these device questions with diverse focus groups across different religious communities, socioeconomic backgrounds, and geographic regions to ensure that they work effectively. Okay. Now, apart from this, I also want it to do 2 other things for me. Just see the entire questionnaire and see if there are any technical or complex words or phrases, like I just told you, and break them down into a layperson language, like you're explaining it to a school student, right? No room for ambiguity, and ethically sound consent statement should be there, right? Wherever it's appropriate, so that should be refined. Now it has given me a revised key survey questionnaire also. It is simple language. What makes your life good and worthwhile? What are the most important things to keep you happy and motivated? Then religious questions have also been changed. Then consent statements very important. So agreement to take part in the research study. This is what we would want all the participants to fill out. Explain them what the study is, what is the kind of research that we're doing, how will they be a part of it, what will they be doing, and what about their answers, everything. So this completely works out for me. Consent for specific situations also. For example, if you want to record this or you want to share the results, go ahead, do this. Awesome. Now, the last step is that once you have created the whole key findings, you have the questions, you have converted them into Indian context, checked if there are any technicalities here, you've simplified those. If there are any red flags or even biases or leading questions, we have changed all of that. We've made the simplified version and we've also reached to a consent form. Now, what you can do is go ahead and use all of these questions for your survey, and you can send this out to participants via Google Forms. So I can just type now. I need you to put all the revised questions into a Google form that I can send out to the participants. So now you see even the part to create this form, I can just copy paste this into a Google form. What makes life meaningful for Indians? What is this for? So we want to understand what makes life feel good, worthwhile for people in India. And we're just trying to get, what values, what Indian people value and what matters to them. So there is a consent to participate. That's section number 1. We're doing some MCQ questions, just some briefing here, and then there are research questions, right? So you can choose whether you want this to be a paragraph text or some items to rate. For example, in the question, how important are these aspects of your life for making life feel good? So you can rate these items from 1 to whatever. Then there is a section on work and career, work priorities, religion. All of these questions, if you see, they're still being generated, and this is done in the Indian context, something that foreign researchers from America, Europe could not do, right? And validation of their study in this context is really important. If you're able to bridge that gap, you play a really good role here, and this is definitely monetizable, does not take you a lot of time to do also. You saw I did it in just 15 minutes. So you can pick up a topic of your choice, find the study, do the key findings, and just follow the steps that I followed. And you can also get this form right here. Wow. So I just need to copy paste this into a Google form and my job here is done. So this is what I had done. I just took the entire data from Claude and I put it into a Google form. And you can just answer all of these into an MCQ format. For example, I just type it out for you and you can just do next. And these questions will keep coming. You can do this in the same format and barely 20 minutes, right? Once you're able to float out the Google form to requisite number of participants, let's say that you do a pool of 100, 200, 500, whatever your number is, you can just go to Google form responses and collate all the data. And once that is done, again, you don't have to do the work. You can ask AI to do the analysis of all of the answers in the Indian context for you as well. This is a step-by-step guide on how you can do that. I will attach the link of this below. So what you need to do is first, of course, collect the data, organize your raw survey data. Then you have to export your survey responses. Once that is done, you have to create a master response document. You have to understand what is the structure of your data. For example, single questions, MCQ, subjective. And once you do all of this, the next step is to set up your data processing framework. This includes creating your CSV column structure, understanding and naming logics. And once you're able to do that, you move to phase number 3. So this is where you start using AI for your data conversion, right? You can use ChatGPT, Claude, Google Bar, whatever works for you. I recommend using Claude, and you can just start off your prompting and get your responses. You can review these samples as well, and that's when you can start processing multiple batches, start combining the data, do all of this work with AI, and do some quality control, validate the data, right? So review your data by yourself. And once this is done, you can ask AI to clean your data as well. Something that we did with the questions also. First, we asked it to generate those questions, and then we asked it to clean them. So same manner, you do this with your sample data as well. Once all of this is done, you can create your summary reports. You can do visualizations with Claude as well. It's a great way to put out your research into a visual format, and do interpretation of your data, do data analysis. Now, at this stage, you do some advanced analysis and interpretations. And once you have all of this sorted, it is time to use all of the work and reach out to potential researchers in so many countries, right? This is just an example of one research that you could validate in India. You can target hundreds of such researchers from so many research centers in America, in Europe, Australia, whatever is your specific area of interest. Let me know how you liked doing this. This is just part one of it. I will also show you how you can use all of your findings and reach out to potential researchers, like I just said. So this is the end of part one. Hope you like it. And if you want to know more, learn more such skills and learn techniques to reach out to potential employers, potential recruiters, get some projects around this work, definitely come and join our 3-day online and live boot camp that's happening on 30th and 31st of August and 1st of September. 3 days, 9 hours. It's completely free and online, so make sure that you don't miss it. Mark your calendar, and I'm Nidhi signing off, but I will see you very soon. Bye.